What's up, you guys? So the last time we went out riding, I noticed a drip coming from the front of my YZ450. It was some coolant dripping. Today we're here to fix that. And a little preview of the KTM 300 in the back. That's getting remodeled here soon, so stay tuned. So right here, this hose, we noticed it dripping coolant from right there. It happened on my last bike for some reason. I think just the O-rings in there get tired. They wear out, they get dry. So we're going to change that today. It's a little bit hard to get to, so we might have to remove this hose out of the way. Maybe take this radiator off. Not too sure. We'll see once we start digging into it.
Just before everything, I wanted to say thank you guys for watching my content and being a subscriber to my channel. It is small, I know, but it is growing and I really appreciate it. So first things first, I started by draining the coolant. The angle of my working space was limited, but I made do. I tried to save as much coolant as possible because it was only a couple rides on it so far. Next, I moved on to disconnecting the lower radiator hose. It's been on there a while, so it took some finessing to get it loose. I had to use pliers to break the hose free. I finally got it, so the pliers managed to do the job. Then, I moved on to removing the cooling hose that goes into the head. I dropped the screw on accident, but I was able to get it out. I then noticed the radiator was in fact in my way. I removed the fuel line and popped the tank out, and of course the plastics too. Then, I took the radiator off and shimmied that hard cooling line out of the head. We finally made it to the culprit of the leak, the O-ring. I took the radiator over to the bench and cleaned up the pipe. Removed the old O-ring. I used a wheel with a wire brush to get all the debris off. It cleaned up nice. I then found a correct O-ring and I installed it, making sure it was all the way on. I walked back over to the dirt bike before reinstalling the radiator. I wiped the head down to get all the old grime and gunk and oil off. Now to install the radiator. I started with that very upper radiator hose that connects the two. Then moved to the hard cooling line. With a little bit of wiggling, it snapped into place. I cranked the Allen key down to secure the hose. Then I moved to installing the lower radiator hose, securing that hose clamp nice and tight to be sure that there is no leaks. After that, I installed the radiator bolts. The gas tank came next, so I popped it into place and set the screws. I reconnected the fuel line and tightened the hose clamp down. I double checked both hose clamps on the fuel line to be safe. Then I put the radiator shrouds on and realized the plastic screws to the radiator fin. Which I installed before I could finish installing the shroud. I then put the fin on. Noticed I was putting it on the wrong direction, so I had to flip it around. I secured the 2 screws that held the fin to the radiator. Then I was able to screw in the lower radiator shroud screw. Now it was time for the seat. I grabbed it and the screws, popped the seat into place, then set the screws in and tightened them down. Last but not least, it was time for coolant. We like to use engine ice around here. It seems to keep the engine a lot cooler than other coolants. I filled it all the way up to the brim, removed the funnel, and replaced the cap nice and secure. Now on to the last step, the start. That first kick never gets old. I did burp the coolant, it just took quite a long time, so I edited that part out.
you guys for watching. If you stuck around this long, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, that notification bell maybe. Leave a comment in the comments. I can fix stuff for fun, just let me know. Peace!